Hey family, addict named Kent, and gonna look at one of my favorite topics today: sponsorship. How important is sponsorship? And what is sponsorship? What is sponsorship? One single philosopher or belief accountably describes the definitions of what a sponsor is or what a sponsor does. Over the years, sponsorship has become an important basic tool of the NA program and is practiced in many ways. Sponsorship, relationships, and many others is personal and private. Sponsorship is very important, and you can't last in this program without three main ingredients: sponsorship, doing steps, and doing your daily 10, 11, and 12. You need to do that, okay? It's a must. It's how I have the years clean that I have, okay? It's only by God's grace that I have that. I just learned to turn it over. I learned to give it up. There's a fine line between addiction and recovery. Addiction is what we do. Recovery is arresting that and stepping away from our addictive, compulsive behaviors. And we can't do that alone. Okay? If you look at it in the steps are very clear and concise on this, because we need to understand that sponsorship is a two-way street. It's not just the sponsor helping the sponsee. The sponsee helps the sponsor as well. And if you look at it in the NA book, the NA basic text, and we look at the steps, we will see what I'm talking about. So because we need to understand this, that this is a we program, and we need to relate to that, because if we don't, then we're never going to get this, okay? And we're going to do what is called the revolving door syndrome. Step 1 through 3 are all about God, finding God. And because, let's face it, when we come into Narcotics Anonymous, we have no idea who we are, okay? So, step 1 is we admitted we're powerless over our addictions and in our lives that become unmanageable. There's so much to that. It's just not saying that I'm an addict. There's so much more to that, okay? And we can't see it, because sometimes it helps from the outside looking in, and somebody else calling us on our crap. Second step is we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Step 3 is we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. So you see, we can't do it alone. Steps 4, 5, and 6 are all about finding self-existence or self-esteem, or getting it back. Step 4 is we made a searching and fearless moral inventory. Step 5, we admitted to God, to ourselves, into another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. And this is why we have to get used to calling somebody in the program, because when we get to this step, man, it's tough, you know. I had trust issues, man, okay? And step 6, we are entirely ready to have God remove these defects of character. Now, step 7 through 9 are all about dealing with others, okay? We humbly ask Him to remove our shortcomings. Step 8, we made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Step 9, we made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. So you need to understand that, okay? And you can't do it alone, okay? And then every day I do a step 10, 11, and 12, okay? We continue to take personal inventory when we're wrong, promptly admitted it. So instead of building it up and building it up and building it up and building the wall and building the wall and protecting ourselves, we deal with the pain as it comes. Step 11, we sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for the knowledge of His will and the power to carry that out. This is a relationship with the higher power, on how it grows and how it matures and lasts over the years. Step 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to the other addicts and to practice these principles in all our affairs. So when we finally get this, and we finally see what has been staring us in the face all the way along, after we do our steps, the whole mind opens up, and this journey from here down to here, and we become one. Okay, that ball, that agony, that suffering, that bitterness, that remorse, whatever it was that was fueling our anger, no longer exists because we did the steps with our sponsor. It's important that we create that relationship with a sponsor or with somebody in the program, because you can't do it alone. Well, that's my take on it. You know, we'll talk again soon. Bye.